Let's do it.
So link to the video will be in the description. Channel called, I believe the channel is called Cut.
Yeah.
They released a video that's, I believe, titled "Ranking Strangers on Appearance," and they had somebody who's in the industry who recruits models. They had a random ass, a black guy, and then a lady in a wheelchair. And the lady in the wheelchair caught my eye because she was freely giving her opinion on the appearances and why she believes that somebody is a 6 or somebody is a 5 or somebody is whatever because she's not drawn to them or she's not attracted to them. It's not their type. And it kind of made me feel weird because it's like, I feel like she's allowed to have an opinion, but I also feel like the amount of videos they have, if they wanted to use her, they could have easily gave her a different topic where her opinion wouldn't have been controversial. And I say that because it leads to a double standard. If you had someone on the other end, them giving their opinion on why they think she's a 6 or a 7, right? It becomes oh, he's an asshole. He didn't have to say that. Oh, he's an asshole. Why did he have to bring up her this? Why did he have to bring up that? Her feet, her legs shouldn't have anything to do with the fact that, she's still beautiful. And it's like, cool, that's all cool. But it's like, the fact that would be the reaction means you can't handle the fact that someone gave their opinion on her. So why would you put her in this video to give her opinion while she's saying to a black lady that, oh, you're a 5 or a 6 because you just remind me of somebody that, and it's just like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And if she said, yeah, I mean, well, I think you're a 6 because you can't walk, and then that becomes an issue. And I don't think that is, I think it's a double standard, and I don't think that should be okay for people to put people in those positions, I should say.
So you think she's not? Ask it, Joe, because I can't say it without laughing.
Okay, so what Amir's trying to ask you, do you feel like she's not allowed to formulate her opinion because she's in a wheelchair?
So
do you, do you feel like it's unfair for her to give an opinion of the abled walking, even though she's not able to do so?
I don't think it's unfair for her to give an opinion. I think that they could have found a better topic that would have been more easily received for these issues. It's like, it's fine for her to do it, and I didn't have an issue with her doing it. But when I thought about it, the more I thought about it, it's like, it wouldn't be okay if it was the other way around. This video would be canceled if it was the other way around. And it's like, why is that the case? There's so many situations in life where it's like, especially when we talk about men and women, so many situations where if you reverse the roles in the sex, it's not okay no more. And that's the shit I'm talking about, where it's like, yeah, she can have an opinion. I just feel like it was poorly executed in the way that they decided they were going to choose and cast her to be in this particular video when you have a channel full of numerous amounts of topics that she could have clearly, and she even said herself, she feels uncomfortable doing this. So why would you make her do it? Or why would you ask her to do it? And it's just like, you make her an easy target for someone who thinks, well, why is she acting like it matters who she's not attracted to when they're clearly not attracted to her? And the guy in there even said it the nicest way possible, like, you're not my type. And she took it a little bit of offense. Well, that's like the nicest way anybody can tell me, like, I'm not their type, And the kid felt awkward about it. So it's just like, you see the difference in how awkward people feel just talking to her about her appearance, but she's just supposed to give her appearance, her opinions on other people's appearance freely. I don't think that that's fair to her or the person that's on the receiving end, because he might have something to say about her too.
So let me ask you this: on that channel, do you watch the channel regularly?
I've been watching it since I've seen that video, yeah.
And are there repeating people in different videos?
They are repeating. The people that they're judging. I see them pop up in other videos, but not the people that ask.
But the judges.
The judges, I haven't seen the judges pop up repeatedly, but the people that they're asking questions on, I see them pop up.
Okay, because I was gonna ask you, like, is she in multiple videos? But I mean,
yeah, I haven't seen her.
Yeah, I don't see the issue. Like, I understand it's a double standard, but there's millions of people that look like her and are like her as well. So even though she was uncomfortable, I'm sure they had that conversation, like, yo, like, a lot of people are like you and they might identify. I don't think it would be wrong to say, yo, you're not my type. You can't walk. Like, that's a fact. What are we going to beat around the bush and be like, you're not my type? Because no, I think I don't think it would get that much backlash as you think it would. Like, yo, honestly, I don't like people that can't walk.
I mean, honestly, the things that honestly goes without saying. I'm not gonna lie. For most person, if you're able to walking person, majority, 9 times out of 10, people are gonna think that, okay, that person likes people who also can walk. That's just kind of like, you know, how matching works. Of course, you're gonna be that one person who's out there who likes people who are in wheelchairs. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like different strokes for different people. So but honestly, I feel like there's honestly 2 different ways you can honestly take this, right? So, Brandon, I don't feel like her being in the video and being uncomfortable, I don't think that's an issue really, like, with her. I don't think that's really a thing. I feel like that's an issue with the casting director, and that's an issue with this big agenda with people who are just trying to make everybody feel included, make everybody feel like they are one of the same, when the fact is people just aren't the same. Like for her to be in a wheelchair and for her to be rating people who are able to walk, she voiced that she feels uncomfortable. And why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? It's like honestly, it's like if you were a black person and you were asked to rate only white people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be like a little uncomfortable because you're gonna be like, all right, like these people aren't like me. You know what I'm saying? It's the exact same thing like that. So I feel like this agenda where people have to fit in, or people we have to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if you're disabled, like, look at them just like they're any other person. It's like, in reality, I'm sorry, but you are not like any other person. You have a condition that makes you vastly different from other people. There are other people who are like you, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that you will mingle and you will thrive among those other people. But you don't have to try to, like, you know what I'm saying, shoehorn people into places where they just simply don't belong.
I agree. I guess the reason why I correlated this not with an isolated situation, but this is how we run life. We have celebrities losing their jobs or losing their status or whatever you want to call it because they have an opinion. And if the opinion was given the other way around, it wouldn't even be an issue because we're allowed to talk shit about celebrities all day. Nothing happens, you know, but a second celebrity says something about how they really feel, done. So when I see that, it kind of is how we are. It's how we're raised. And, you know, up in society, like, this is okay for this person to say this, but you can't say this about that person. We were talked about, you know, it's Pride Month. We talked about gay people, you know, there's a lot of things that's not okay for us to say, but for them, it's perfectly fine. Nothing will happen. I talk about the double standards. I just talk about how she shouldn't have been casted for that because it sets that narrative that it's okay for her to do that. But however, if any of them were to do that in the comment section, it's like, oh, they, you know, they're bad people. Why would you ever say that?
I disagree with you because that doesn't make you a bad person necessarily. But it also is that some things just some things can go without being said. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they ask you to rate her on her appearance, on how she looks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the girl in the video, she wasn't an ugly girl, wheelchair or not. Like she had a pretty face. She was a pretty person, right? It just so happened that she was in a wheelchair. So yeah, on the grand scheme, when you're rating her, if you're rating her based on her looks, the fact that she's in a wheelchair should not take off any points, and it shouldn't add any points. It should just because that's her condition. That's not has nothing to do with her attractiveness.
It's not that she was in a
wheelchair. She's not ugly because she's in a wheelchair.
It's what she was saying, that her opinions and what she was saying about the people that made me go, This is not really about their looks anymore. It's you're going into personality or what I think you would do, or you're going into how it's not even about the looks anymore. So when you do that and you have her, I thought the opinion she was giving were not even about looks. And at that point, it's like, see, this is where it becomes an issue because you can't. What?
Isn't she entitled to her opinion? That's kind of what you were.
She is entitled to her opinion. But you saw how uncomfortable she got when she asked the kid, what would you rate me? And he gave his opinion. And he was like, yeah, but, I don't really go for girls like that. And she's like, that's like the nicest way someone could. And then she kind of saw how awkward it was. That goes
without being said, though. Like adding that 2 cents, it's like, yes, no shit. I don't expect you, walking boy, to be attracted.
She didn't say that. He said that.
No, I know he said that, but like, it's like.
Did you see her reaction?
She's uncomfortable. She understands she's in a wheelchair. She understands that she's different. She understands that the nigga who is judging her can walk and probably wants girls who can walk. It's just it's
my whole point is you saw the reaction, right? And she knew. We all knew exactly what pretty much she was thinking in the sense that if I could walk, he probably wouldn't say that. And it's like to save her from that, because if it was a video where it's like you guys are both going to give each other's opinions, not just one-sided. If they were allowed to tell her, I think it's a completely different video that never comes out. It just won't come out because society's not built to handle shit like that. We don't like that shit. And
But-
not that I don't care, but I mean, not that I am that way, but I just know how shit is treated and how I like to be treated equally to everyone else. But I can't say nothing.
What could you honestly say that would be like super offensive to like to a person who's disabled? Like, are you going there calling them the R word? Like is your attention too hurt? Because like I'm not really understanding things you could say that could like really hurt their feelings. Like if we're having a conversation and we're told to be honest about each other, then it's like if I'm coming off and I'm saying hateful shit, then I'm just a bigoted person who doesn't like disabled people.
The video was ranked. They were supposed to judge off of looks,
Appearance, yeah.
And it started going into personal shit, like, oh well, you're more of a 5 or a 6 because you seem like you do this, and you seem like, and I'm more attracted to guys that.
That's based off appearance, though. That's keeping it within the box of what you was told to do.
You're right, but I thought that it was, and even when he had the 2 black people, you guys both yelled out, "Oh, that's racist."
That was for the white guy. That was not for the black. That was not for the wheelchair girl.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The fact that you yelled out, "Oh, that's racist," means that it did go past just like, okay, you're how you look. It went a little more into personal. I don't really like, your hair is severe, or what else did they say?
That's how you look.
I get it. I get it. But the
your
fact
curves.
The fact
that's
that you
how you look.
But when you see somebody in a wheelchair, what's the first thing you see?
Me?
Yeah, both of y'all.
A wheelchair.
So that's their appearance, right?
No. That's
yes,
their condition.
It is.
That's their condition.
Their condition.
Okay, yes.
If I'm paralyzed in my face and I can't
don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not. If I'm paralyzed, that's what do you mean? Don't do that. If you're paralyzed in one
that's part
face,
of your appearance. You're right. He's right.
It's a condition, but it's a part of your
appearance. Your condition made you look this way. Okay, yeah. He's got a valid point.
So if I point that out, that's why I'm not attracted. You're just supposed to. Oh yeah, I knew that.
If that's the first thing
no one's gonna do that.
But if that's the first thing you say, then it goes without being said. You just said that like you didn't have to say.
All right, listen. Like, I think she's entitled to an opinion. I don't want people to think that she's not entitled to an opinion. I just want to point out that I don't feel like we should be placing people in these situations when you know.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do agree with you to stop trying to implement everybody into everything because all it does is make people uncomfortable. It does. Like if you're the only person in a wheelchair around a bunch of people standing on 2 legs, people aren't gonna look at you. I'm not saying they're all looking at you sideways, but you are the outlier. You are the one who looks different than everybody else. You are the proverbial elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really how it is. So I understand you want people to feel comfortable around the situation, but the fact of the matter is that I don't think we'll ever be in a place where we are comfortable like that.
I disagree because putting her in that video, there's people in wheelchair probably look at content and videos and be like, damn, why does nobody ever look like me in a video? So there was guys that said she was cute. So I think she was an ugly girl. Yeah. So I think that does great things for people it gives representation. I did want to rebuttal your thing of saying, when celebrities have opinion, they always get, in trouble for it. But I think it's different. Like when celebrities have an opinion on certain thing and invites them to have a conversation and get educated. When celebrities do a certain things, like something you can't undo, then that's, it's different. It's a little weighted.
Chris Brown's in that video. What would you rate her on a scale of 1 to 10? 6. Why? I usually like, she can't walk. And it's like, I'm not really, he's so shallow. Like, she's probably a beautiful woman. And why would you think about just,
and she probably
just more to it? But exactly. And just the backlash he would get for that shit.
But you think Chris Brown gives a fuck? He's been getting backlash since
I only use that analogy because you brought him up earlier. So that's why I brought him up. But I don't think he gives a fuck because he would never go for her anyway. But what I'm saying is, if he said it, if a celebrity said it, and they gave her opinion on her, and said anything other than I'm attracted to her, or that's I think she's a 9. I think she's an 8. Right?
No.
If they go she's a 7, and then or she's a 6, and they give a reason for why being anything related to the fact she's in a wheelchair.
All right, listen, bro.
People lose all logic when it's somebody else.
No, listen, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, it goes like this: if somebody were to ask a celebrity, right? Yo, what do you think of this girl? oh, I feel like she's a 6. If the first thing that nigga says is, oh, why is she 6? Bro, she's in a fucking wheelchair. That's like that's disrespectful. That's the first like like I said, that's not a part of. I mean, okay, yes, that's a part of her appearance, but like. Bro, she's in a fucking wheelchair. Like that's you having a problem with her being in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? That's you taking off 4 or 5 points just for the fact that she cannot walk. That's not taking away from the fact that maybe it could have been that you don't like white girls, you don't like brunettes. You know what I'm saying? You don't like her voice. You don't like her. Like it could have been a lot of things that played into that. But the first thing you go into is like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I just cannot fuck with the wheelchair.
Why is that fucked up?
Why isn't that fucked up? That goes without bit.
Because my whole point is she went into the first things that she felt she wasn't attracted to, and it wasn't always good things.
It wasn't like
but she can.
It wasn't like, oh, you're black. It wasn't like, oh, you're tall.
She clearly liked black guys. Clearly.
Huh?
She clearly liked black guys. Clearly.
She said that she liked guys who look like losers. She liked that Asian nigga too.
You saw she geeked out over the. Don't do it. Don't do that.
She did. She did.
She did. She liked that Asian nigga too. So like, I don't think that she was a racist. I think that like I don't know.
I don't
for a
think
black
she
girl,
was
she did
racist.
some stupid shit. I don't know.
I don't think she was a racist. I think she was honest. She was honest. She was allowed.
Exactly. All right.
She was allowed to be honest. I don't think that they would have been allowed to be honest. They would have kind of held that shit back and gave bullshit ass reasons as to why she's not attracted. They wouldn't have said anything about the wheelchair. They wouldn't have done
so
it.
If that dude, right, that was like, oh, you know, you look like a Greek goddess, and she was like, oh, you're not really that type. If he would have just said, nah, I'm not interested in you because you don't have a wheelchair, I think that would have a less damaging effect on her, because now she's making inferences and assuming what he thinks, and it's like, nah, just can't get
you know what insecure people do when they hear. You know what insecure people do, or I'm not saying she's insecure, but let's say
wow, you just assumed that she was insecure.
I did. So let's assume that she is insecure. Do you know what the worst thing you can do to an insecure person?
Talk about their insecurity.
Is tell them that the reason why they're insecure or whatever their insecurity is, tell them and give them affirmation or reassurance that is exactly. That's the worst thing you could do for someone that's insecure, because they've already been telling it to themselves every day. You wake up every day.
Is that an issue though?
Yes.
That's a bad thing?
How?
No, wait, what do you mean?
What?
No,
wait.
No,
finish your point.
He said that it would leave a better effect, and you're assuming that she's just okay with being in a wheelchair. So if she's not, and she wakes up every day hating that shit, and someone says, "Yeah, I'm not attracted to you because you're in a wheelchair," you think it's gonna have a positive effect on her?
Yeah,
but you think she wants to find somebody that can look past that?
Wow, this dude is being honest. I can at least respect that. You don't think that she would say that neither?
I don't think that you can take certain things honestly.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I might not, but I would appreciate it. After the fact.
Maybe.
Whereas if you dance around the shit that I'm insecure, now and you've never say nothing directly to me, I mean, it's gonna kill me even more.
I don't want you to disclose it. I doubt that you would, but if you did, and then one of these days I happen to put you to the test, I don't think that you'd handle that shit well. So I don't think that you should just assume she should handle it well. That's a big.
I'm telling you, I am not going to handle it well in the moment, but in the long run, I will appreciate it.
Possibly.
I feel like even if she does hate being in a wheelchair, the fact that the fact that you're saying that she looks beautiful, like regardless of the wheelchair, well, why would that make her feel bad? Why would that make her feel worse? I don't quite understand that part.
Based off of what he just said, right? I was saying that's assuming she's okay, but he said that
even if she isn't, if she's insecure about the wheelchair and someone blatantly says, "Oh yeah, I'm not attracted to you because you have the wheelchair," like if your girlfriend be like, "Oh, if your girlfriend always say, yeah, I think I'm getting fat," and one day you like, "Yeah, bro, you're getting fat," you think it's gonna have a lasting impression? You don't think you're gonna fucking break her heart? Like, "Oh, I knew you thought it was fat. I knew she's gonna do all that shit." Like, oh, basically, I knew it. I was waiting for you to say it. You always lying. You always tell me I'm not. That's gonna be the effect. Maybe eventually down the line, she'll be like, "You know what? I should lose some weight." But I'm saying it's not gonna have a positive effect. And that eventually could be years from now.
But there's a way to say it though.
That goes back to the conversation last week about your delivery and shit like that.
Possibly. Perception is everything. You can say something in the nicest way. Someone can still perceive it whatever way they want,
And that's not the person.
And that's a fact.
And that's not the delivery person.
It's not. But damn for sure, there's some shit that you said off air you won't say on camera. Why? Because no matter how you say that shit, it don't matter how you say it.
I say it on camera, off camera.
No matter how you say it.
If I feel it, nigga, I'm gonna say
it. Some things, no matter how you say it, nice, mean, concerned, it's all gonna sound the same to ears, to mass ears.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe, yeah. At this stage of my life, I might not say it, but if I'm up, I think I could survive it.
Now, if you up and you successful,
yeah.
don't say that shit.
I think I could survive it.
Nah, you done. No questions asked. Anyway, well,
I
don't know how I stood on that. I feel like that went well. Let's keep it in.
Yeah.